prefer to watch human behavior from afar. The ignorance, intelligence, and they art the war. Tragedy, strategies, put knowledge in the book. Change our language so we couldn't read it if we look. Convince us we ain't have shit here but disease. Made us 3/5 human and black illegally. You put your fist up to being African American. How much history you went through for that to make some sense? I've been on Turtle Island 10,000 years. Akibulan been my neighbor. Pangea brought me here. The world didn't start in 1400s. Niggas grow up. What you think we was doing? Morse was running Europe. We been tribal folk, now it's time to show up. Bring back the villages, cause cities ain't got no love. You're melanin addicted to the infliction of pollution. Chemical dependency, nature the solution. Grow your food and medicine, build homes in conclusion. The enemy will televise infiltration as inclusion.
And in order to be in propria persona in this country, whether that be North America, Central America, or South America, you must be a Moor. If they want to be sovereign, they got to go home. They cannot be sovereign here.
Universe is generous, so say less. I'm on it like a magic carpet. Ride a wave through your hood, all I find I keep. Peep to a abandoned scene, must be left by the vaccine. Oh well, we tried to told them. Now let's go into hell, molten lava jail. Now digger, well we gon' live well for free. The mind state translate the meekest first plan.
Yeah, we're back! This
PC.
is the first episode of season 2.0, 2.1?
2.5, 2.5.
2.5? Season 2.5?
2.5. Well, yeah, 2.0 would make sense.
2.0? I missed it here.
I don't know, because then the 0.1, that would be episode 1.
So this
we gotta do like Lion King 1.5.
2.5.1. 2.5.
Which episode was this?
Venus talk? Oh, girl, I don't know. We had Grand Rising, Sun, Moon, Mercury, then Venus, or Venus then Mercury.
Okay, so it's season 2.4.
Something like that.
0.1.
0.14. I don't know.
0.14.
Peace, y'all. Welcome to the season 2.5.1 of Virgo version talk.
This is the upgrade. These are the upgrades, the upgraded versions of our seasons. We are recapping Venus. What is your love language?
Yes. This is the Sankofa season. So the mindset behind Sankofa is you look back to bring it forward. So that's what we're doing. We're looking back at season 1 and 2 and bringing it forward and expounding on it. We went back to season 1 to Venus, vocabulary of Venus, and we are bringing it forward for Venus talk. So today we're going to talk about Venus just in time as Venus just entered the Leo zodiac energy and is slowly making its way to the Leo constellation in the Vedic chart. And it's a good time here. We're going to talk about our Venus. We're going to talk about Venus. We're going to talk about the transit Venus. We're going to talk about all the Venusian energy here.
Indeed.
So how's your Venus going?
My Venus going fine because my Venus is it went back and looked forward, and now it's still moving forward, and we gonna work on some newfound Venus love. For myself and others.
That's what I'm talking about. Venus goes over the space of possession, self-esteem, love, forgiveness, empathy, compassion. Mm-hmm. Venus is, your love language that you give, as well as the love language you prefer to receive.
Indeed. And also with your monies.
Yes, I love
dollar bills, your luxury and shit too. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of Venus I like. I like that more than love, actually.
Yes, that is my favorite part of Venus is the Pentacles, is the business part. For those of you guys that come to me for readings, y'all know I'm not a big stickler for the love and romance readings. I am here for the Pentacle readings, the business readings, the life venture readings, and that is also Venusian energy. It's a very abundant energy, especially when you get into like the stories behind who Venus is named after, and then you also get into the makeup of Venus. Like
Mm-hmm.
Venus is hot, okay? It's
It's
also a
bright,
rock.
bright as hell.
Yeah, it's a hot ass rock, which makes it interesting because a lot of the other celestial bodies are not as solidified. They're usually like a bunch of gases,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that came together and condensed. But this one is really rock, so that's where you get the Earth sign, the fixed Taurus energy from, and it's the closest to Earth because it is also a rock. In addition to
Yep.
that, why it's so hot? I found out about the clouds on Venus. We didn't talk about that the first season.
I thought we did.
We did.
Yeah, being that it's got a lot of gas or whatever, going on over there, And I guess that all that, gas, different gases and shit, contained within that rock
Yeah.
makes it.
It's like the clouds on Venus trap the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
So whereas on Earth, when the sunlight comes to Earth, Earth projects the sunlight back into space.
Mm-hmm.
But Venus doesn't do that. Venus traps
Absorbs it.
it
Mm-hmm.
traps it in the clouds. So the clouds
Mm-hmm.
of Venus are orange, and that's why they're orange because they trap the sunlight, and it makes the clouds majority sulfuric acid. So the clouds are they have like a liquid drip in them to where they like crystallize. So they have like crystallized clouds on Venus, which are supposed to be beautiful, which brings in that energy of like Venus being about things of beauty. Also because Venus is the brightest object in our sky next to the sun and moon.
Yeah, it is very bright, honey. You'll be thinking that is the sun
Yeah,
at night.
yeah. And it's also a morning star as well. So
Right.
in the initial cultures like ancient Greece as well as, in the Latin language, Venus was called Morgan Stiera, which means morning star or phosphorus in Greek. And it was called Affenstier, which means evening star.
Oh, ghetto words.
Yeah, they had ghetto words. They talk about our names today. Them words back then was ghetto. Which means evening star. So Venus was in alignment with Lucifer at some point, which also brings in that energy of beauty and pretty songs and enchantment and shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what I've learned about Venus, it governs your relationship with money and provides you with divine feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was very interesting. And divine feminine energy with my Scorpio, they talking about I'm brooding and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh wow.
I respect that because in the draconic chart, my Venus is in Scorpio. And that's honestly like a big voice in my head. I fight a lot because in my tropical, my Venus is in Virgo, and my Vedic, my Venus is in Leo. So like, it's a nice little round table of women in my heart chakra that be talking to each other. And my Venus in Scorpio is very possessive. I wouldn't say she's jealous. She's just very monogamous. Like, what's mine is mine. I don't got time for all of this. You want to be over here. You want to talk to this person.
Right.
I don't like all of that. You're mine.
You know what? And you ain't lying about that. Because when I first read of that, it was stating that I was possessive. I was like, I don't know about possessive like that. Because me saying like possessive, it bringing up characteristics of jealousy, envy, shit like that. But no, I don't want to share nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to share my my man or whatever. I don't want to do that. I would my man. So of course I would be possessive over that. Like my nigga ain't community dick.
No, I don't like the hoes, and that's not to stick my nose up because I do have my whole seasons. I have my whole phases. It's okay. That's Scorpio energy too. I do love attention. My Venus and Leo loves attention. Please give me the attention. You heard me. But that don't mean you about to lay down with me.
No. No, because it is guarded though. We are still guarded.
Guarded. It's still very guarded, very secretive. But once you get past those walls, it's a lot of sensuality, sexuality. I know Venus and Scorpio energy, love language is most definitely touch and sex. And just that I shouldn't have to say my man, my man, my man. You should be saying my man, my man, my man. I'm yours, I'm yours, I'm yours. That's what Scorpio likes. Scorpio doesn't like I don't want to tell you belong to me. I want you to tell me
you already know this
belong
shit
to me. And I want you to act like it.
Because if you don't want to say it, then I'm gonna be saying I'm belonging to other people. I'm just gonna be belonging to other people. Then I'm not gonna be so possessive with you then.
And that's the energy of Venus. So let's talk about Venus a little bit more. So Venus was jealous. So the energy of jealousy came from Venus in the Roman story being jealous of Psyche. So Psyche is a dwarf planet, but Psyche is also, a deity from ancient Rome. And Psyche is self-explanatory, is the mindset. But Psyche was beautiful. And so everybody was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. And she was so beautiful that they forgot all about Venus. They wasn't taking care of her altar. They wasn't doing stuff for her. She was like, who this hoe? So she went over there and she was like, yo, Cupid. Cupid is Venus's son. And Cupid is not a very attractive individual. He's a little monster.
Right.
She was like, hey, yo, Cupid, go over there and shoot that hoe and make her fall in love with you. And I think it'll be dope for her to fall in love with an ugly nigga. Why would you say that?
Right.
Your child is wild. But
I mean, because him favor, him father.
That's a daddy's son.
Right.
So Cupid ended up falling in love with Psyche. Psyche fell in love with Cupid. So that story between Psyche and Cupid gives you an idea of when you get into your natal chart and you want to get into the asteroids of your natal chart, because you have the major celestial bodies that give you a generalized idea, but the asteroids in your natal chart give you more details to that main idea. It's like the supporting synthesis to your starting paragraph. So Psyche and Cupid are what you need in your mentality to engage in romantic pursuits, kind of like being swept up type of energy. And that's what you're going to get from those two asteroids. So, but that's also what you get the energy of Venus being jealous. Now we can go back to the Orishas and we could talk about Oshan. Oshun. However you want to name her, depends on what area you're from. Now, Oshan was married to Shango. And Shango was a king in Dahomey tribe or whatever. And he was also married to Oba, which is the goddess that's associated with Libra energy, which is also in the heart chakra with Oshun. And he was also married to Oya, which was wife number 3. Now, here's another story of jealousy was, Oshan used to trick Oba a lot. And one particular trick she did, so Oba wanted to cook for Shango. And she was like, Oshan, can you, teach me how to cook something that he'll like? So this girl, because she didn't give a fuck, she was like, all right, I got you. So she, she blindfolded her and she pretended like she cut her ear. But what she really did was she put those mushrooms, that ear-looking mushroom, I forget what it's called. She put that in the soup and Shango loved it. So Oba's goofy ass, because Oba is associated with Libra energy, and we know Libra energy is like, bro, where are you at right now? Anyway,
Venus goes over Libra too.
Yeah. Yep. So she thought that her ear being in the soup is what made Shango love the soup. So the second time she made the soup, she literally cut her ear off and put it in the soup, and Shango didn't like it, and she was upset. And Oya and Oshan were having the time of their life laughing at Oba's goofy ass. So that is another story, and that also supports why I believe that monogamy is for me. And if the guys don't like polygamy, like, bro, we talking about goddesses right now.
Right.
They don't even like polygamy. So what the fuck you think you about to come in my space? But that was
like, because we were possessive, as we were possessive in those same stories and stuff. So what makes you think, like, I mean, it's always going to be like some fight or some competition for my man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever saying our man.
No, it's never. No, why would I say that? That sounds weird. No, thank you. I don't want what's ours. The Babylonians equated Venus to Ishtar, and we know Ishtar. We did a whole episode on Ishtar around Easter time, Ishtar and Inanna, and we talked about how these were very strong, powerful goddesses in alignment with that energy of the divine feminine, being warriors, having that beautiful balance between being a warrior and being a nurturer, learning how to use your feminine gifts to provide you with both. So, you guys tap into our Ishtar episode if you guys want to get into, that on that level. But that's what Venus is associated with. Now, Oludamare, which is the supreme god, the supreme being, he created 17 gods to populate the earth. Oshan was the only feminine god that was created.
Do that. Mm-hmm.
Oludamare's math was not mathing. Because you got 16 dudes and one girl. So the men were not procreating, obviously, because what the fuck? So the male
how you expected them to, though?
I don't know. So the male gods were not procreating, so they all went to Oshan, of course, and was like, hey, yo, we're not doing a good job. We need you. So when she let go of her waters, the waters of the womb, the waters of the yoni, it brought life. And so Oshan is also the goddess of fertility, the waters. She's associated with fresh waters. Yeah, so people who are having issues with childbirth and things like that, they usually go to Oshan for the fertility and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They usually try to get baptized in the waters. That area in, let me think, Nigeria. Mm-hmm. There's a river there where you can go and get dipped into. That is supposedly that area is very sacred to Oshan, and that's the area where she protects the mostest. So you go to that area, you get dipped in the water, and you get assistance with your fertility. Not only does she bring life, but she can also take life away if you piss her off, which is why forgiveness, empathy, and compassion is also associated with Oshan or the heart chakra, because she could take life away by causing droughts, causing floods and storms, and then also taking fertility away. And that's where we get stillbirths.
Yeah.
So, that's what I got.
And that's the chaotic version of the divine feminine energy.
Yes. That's the chaotic version. She protects in that space. She helps with women empowerment as well. In Brazil, she's Oxum, which is Oxum. I love the tribal music. Go on Tidal and type in Oxum. The music is popping. And then Oshun in Cuba, which is also a very popping thing to type in title as well, which is Ochun. That is the music that I like to listen to when I'm cooking sometimes.
So all those different names, even from different countries, correlate still back to the original, back to the origin.
Yeah. Because the story is when she got on the boat to slavery, that's when she started getting all those names, in Cuba and stuff like that. And then in America, they adopted her as the Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary is Venus. That is Oshun. That is the Virgin Mary. So a lot of people don't know that, but the Bible took her too. And I took a screenshot because I thought that we were going to do this on my phone. But we can go to the Bible. Okay. I found a Bible verse where they talk about Oshun.
Okay.
It's Proverbs. We know this quote. It's the fortunate is the man who has a wife who finds him a wife or something like that.
Find him a good thing.
Yeah,
finds him a good thing.
Yeah, they were talking about Oshun and that, the divine feminine energy. So happy is the man that findeth wisdom, or Sophia. Sophia is the name of Oshun in the Bible. So happy is the man that findeth Sophia, and the man that getteth understanding of her arts and science. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. Oh, she is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are of ways of pleasantness. They be making up words in the Bible. Her ways are ways of and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. And that's Proverbs 8:13-18. So they're talking about Oshun in the Bible. They call her wisdom because it is said that Obatala, the god that's associated with Capricorn energy, he is actually her father, and he gave her all the Akashic records. Oh, peace, welcome. He gave her all the Akashic records. He gave her all the wisdoms of tarot, visions, intuition, readings, possessions, cowrie shells, divination. Obatala gave her all of that. So she's also plentiful, abundant in that realm of,
knowledge and wisdom.
Knowledge, yeah. So they carry that onto the story with the Romans with Venus and Adonis. Adonis was her husband. He was a hunter, and she told him, "Don't go out there hunting today, or you're going to die." And he didn't believe her, so she watched him die.
I told that nigga.
So that was like one of the first stories of y'all not listening to divine feminine energy when we tell y'all not to do shit, and then y'all die. So there you go.
That probably what it was in the damn Garden of Eden and shit. Yeah, hell, they just reversed that shit and said the woman did it first. Nah, that nigga did it.
That nigga did
it. Yeah, then he told her to eat it. Cause shit. Was niggas really listening to women back then?
They never listen to us. That's why they keep dying. That's why Ludamere created 17 guys and only made one of a woman and was like, yeah, go procreate. Nigga, well, what? What are men? What?
They were jacking off and shit wasn't being fertilized in the fucking land. That's why she had to bust it open and open it up the floodgates. You know what I'm saying? You need water, nigga. You need the holy water.
Right. So you know what's funny about, what that makes me think of? That Tyler Perry show, Ruthless, when the Most High first of all, Tyler Perry is a sick man. When the Most High was sleeping with men, saying, if I put my seed in the man and the man puts his seed in a woman, technically my seed went to a woman. That's
the Jesus story right there.
That's what the Ludamere was trying to do. Forgive me. So for those of you guys who don't know, the Orishas are within you. So people get confused with the idea of polytheism, and it's not about there being multiple Orishas. The thing with the Orishas is these are personifications of our internal energies. Exactly. So when you hear the stories of jealousy and stuff, they're literally telling us what our human behavior is. Your heart chakra is prone to jealousy when you put them in these kind of situations. Shango wanted to have multiple partners. There is something in all of us that likes to have multiple partners, whether it's friendships, whatever, we like that role stream. And with that comes someone is not getting the attention that they desire. Oshun brings on that energy of jealousy because she's not getting, when you don't receive the attention you desire and you see someone else receiving that attention, it's like, what the fuck? So, that is a human behavior. That is, something that you are prone to do. So when you're hearing about the deities and the Orishas, don't separate yourself from them. They are part of your chakra centers. We're talking about your heart chakra right now. Your heart chakra, was aligned with your root chakra. Why? Because we have sex. When you're in love with someone, don't you engage in root chakra activities?
It connects there. It goes straight. They used to say that only women have that connection with their root chakra with sex. Men do too. That's why they go fucking nuts when you go give away that pussy to somebody.
Yeah, men always know when you
go ham crazy. They go ham Sammy crazy first.
They always know. They be dragging their feet the whole relationship. Soon as they smell, they call you like, "What you doing? How's your day going? I miss you." I bet you do.
Man, as soon as that nigga hit the inbox on Messenger, yo.
Men do knowing. So their heart chakras and their root chakras are very much connected. It's just like they're in denial because they want to stay in their animal spirit. And that's okay. If that's where you want to stay, do you, boo. But just understand that's what you're doing. Overstand that's what you're doing.
Which animal? A dog, though? I mean... Because a lot of them want to do that.
Yes, a good way to manifest with good intent is tantric manifestation sex. That's something that I do by myself. I have not had the luxury of doing that with another person just yet. It's on my
I have.
You have? That's so cool.
Not with the motherfucker I was with though.
Okay, it'd be like that.
9 times it's never it's it
never
was
with the person
it
you
was
choose.
never with somebody you're in a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody that you know that you just have this cosmic damn connection with or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it just everything's just I don't know. Like that's the one I should have been with.
It be like that. Hey, big head text, man.
Like you cared enough to have tantric sex with me, sir.
Right, you gotta come back. We got some more stuff to manifest. We trying to solidify this store.
Right.
Right. But that's cool. That's really cool. And then there's also an alignment because Oya was also married to Shango. So that's a divine alignment of your heart chakra with your root chakra and your solar plexus. Yeah, do your thing. So, that's always cool. Scooby always
yeah, Venus also help us with cultivating our healthy relationships and find joy.
Venus didn't become Venus until the 13th century.
Of course, a lot of this shit changed in the 13th, 14th, when they started writing English and shit.
Yeah, that's when they renamed the planet. But the planet was Ishtar up until the 13th century, which is like 1200 something.
Right.
Or you would either call it the morning star and evening star because you could see it in the morning and evening. On the surface of the planet Venus is a bunch of volcanoes and storms and things, which is why you get that energy of like, if Oshun wanted to fuck some shit up, she would.
It reminds me of the womb.
Yeah.
It's explosive in there.
The good hitters. The
hitters. Oh, I lost y'all. Gave y'all a concussion.
So the upper atmosphere of the planet Venus rotates around Venus every 4 days. So it's weird because it's like the rock, and then you have this weird middle space in between, and then you have the cloud. So that cloud layer is so thick that it moves on its own. So while Venus is taking its long ass rotation, because one Venus rotation is 243 Earth days. So while it's moving so slow, the clouds are moving fast around the rock. And there has been signs of microbes in the cloud. So they say that there actually is sign of life. And the science behind that is because the cloud is sulfuric acid, in order for a microbe to be able to survive, melanin. The microbe would have to have an outer coating of 8 sulfur acid on the outside of it. So it probably stinks. Everything over there probably smells like eggs and farts. And then but it would be able to absorb ultraviolet rays. So more times than likely the microbes over there are black.
Right.
Because
who else can withstand sunlight like that? You know what I'm saying? The heat like that.
Little black microbes, cuz. So that's what's there. They have seen like little black, signs of life in the cloud or whatever. It hasn't been confirmed to the average individual just yet. Venus is smaller than Earth. And we talked about that in the first episode. Because I was like, why Venus sounds so fucking small? Because it is smaller than Earth. The radius of Venus is 6,052 kilometers versus Earth 6,378 kilometers. However, the pressure in Venus is 92 times the pressure on Earth, which is 1,350 pounds per square inch. That's how much pressure you would feel on your every inch of your body. 1,350 pounds.
Dead.
As opposed to Earth, you only feel 14.7 pounds per square inch on your body.
You ain't living, you dead.
Nah, if you live on Venus, you gotta be a strong motherfucker, and that's where the Taurus energy comes from. You can either be Libra, which is air, which is all the air, or you could be Earth, which is the Taurus, the rock. There is no in between. You're not going over there being air and fire and shit. You're not going to make it, especially because the pressure. There ain't no fire making it.
Right. It says the surface of Venus is inhospitable. Inhospitable. Like it ain't nice over there, y'all.
Hospitality.
Right. It's inhospitable for life, barren, dry, crushed under an atmosphere about go times the pressure of Earth's and roasting by temperatures 2 times hotter than an oven. Was it always that way? That's what they asked. Was it
There
always?
are theories that it wasn't, that it actually used to be like Earth, but I cannot confirm nor deny the validity of that.
Mm.
Um, but I think that's what I got as far as the surface. You know, it's 96% CO2. It's a 225-day orbit. You know, Venus is the second planet of the sun. 116 Earth days equals 1 Venusian day. So everything else I got on the planet Venus is mostly from the uh the mythology standpoint. So we can go back to that unless you got some more on the actual planet itself.
Well, a thick shroud of carbon dioxide presses down about 92 times the pressure of Earth's atmosphere on the bone dry landscape, and the opaque clouds block the view of the world's surface are laced with sulfur acid. We said that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they still learn about Venus though. It's a whole lot of mysteries and shit with Venus. You know what I'm saying? And well, I can say with that goes into my Venus in Scorpio, a lot of mysterious shit. But what was your placement again, sis? Let's get into that.
My Venus is in Virgo, so
Virgo, right?
yeah, my love language is like acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So I got
acts
some
of,
questions for you.
yeah, yeah.
Then, since we're getting into this, so how do you give love? Because Venus will answer these questions about you. Mm-hmm.
How do I give love?
Mm-hmm.
I like to do stuff for you. Like if you need help with something or
Mm-hmm.
problem solving, I love like that's definitely like an obsession that I have with showing my love. If you have a problem, I really want to help you solve it. I really want to help you answer it. And I can overdo it. I can overdo it. And I think that's the Virgo energy, because Virgo is very dense. There's a lot of galaxies and it's actually the only it's the biggest constellation we have in our sky. One, it's the
Mm-hmm.
only human constellation that we have. Two,
That's true. Mm-hmm.
and then three is well actually not constellation wise, because we do got the Gemini twins, but as far as the zodiac symbol, it's the only one that's like an actual
It's the
human.
only one that's a human, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the only one that has black holes. So like I can overdo it. I can overextend myself. I do overplay my role a lot. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what a side chick is. I'm not good at it. I don't know what a friend with benefit is because I'm not good at it. I'm literally a wife. I am a wife.
Right.
Now we could play that game, but
I
I'm
mean,
probably going to get my feelings hurt.
and then you're going to get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, then you're going to get your feelings hurt. Are you ready?
Because Virgos are vengeful. I ain't
Yeah,
going
we I hold grudges. I don't forget things. I try to, but I overthink everything and I don't forget. Like my overthinking doesn't allow me to
Mm-hmm.
forget. So you don't
Yeah.
get too many turns to like bother me.
Right.
You don't get too many turns to do that. But you do get a lot though. I won't lie. You get a lot before I walk away. That's why I feel very confident walking away, because like, bro, I gave you a
I did
lot.
everything.
I did everything. I even tried to problem solve the shit you kept doing that hurt my feelings. Like I tried to help you solve this shit. And no, all right,
I
I'm
tried
good.
to help you to help me, and you still fucked up.
Right. And so like right now in my progressive chart, my Venus is in Libra. So for those of you guys who don't know about the progressive chart, when you're born, your natal chart is a snapshot of where the planets were at that exact same time in
When
space
you were
that
born.
you were born. However,
Mm-hmm.
as you grow and your body starts to grow, expanding, so does your energetic body. So for
Mm-hmm.
every year adds a day. So I'm 32. So I'm going to look at my natal chart and go 32 days from the day I was born and look at where the planets are at, and that's where my progressive chart is at. 32 days from where I was born. Now, when I turn 33, then I go from, and there's different progressive charts. So that's the main one I use. I use the other little ones too, but I don't want to get into detail with that. But right now, mine is a Libra, and it's actually about to enter Scorpio, which is cool because then that means that in my draconic chart, where we make the moon new year 0 degrees Aries. So we're talking about your past life and your soul energy. My soul energy, my Venus is in Scorpio. So my progressive chart is going to be in alignment with my draconic chart when I turn 33. I'm finna act real sassy. You heard me. I feel it already though. And I have been attracted. See, I always get energy like ahead of time. So I started attracting Scorpios last year. So I find that kind of hilarious. And yeah, it's been interesting, you know. I live inside my body, so I don't really pay attention to how I don't really realize how other people look at me on the outside unless I ask and I get an answer.
Right. And then be something that you don't like, huh? No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's not my intention. But I see with a lot of Scorpios, it's a lot of mysteriousness and where they don't like to admit it, but the mysteriousness is because you're doing some shit you know I wouldn't be cool with. And that's why you coming around me being weird and funny and or you're overdoing something that you know I like because you know you're secretly doing something I don't like.
And
ain't
that something?
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing this whole time.
But my spirit always know. Like I always know. I just don't like to have that conversation because I don't like confrontation. And I already know. My spirit already know what you're doing. And if I tell you what my spirit knows to be true, you just gonna look at me and try to tell me I'm wrong. But I'm not stupid. And the more I trust my spirit, the better I'm getting at knowing what the fuck is going on. I'm just not gonna argue with you about it.
Yeah.
I'm just not. And telling me not to listen to my intuition is a big turnoff. And that is the door that I'm trying not to
listen to yourself when you said that. Like you seriously been listening to yourself?
Yeah, it's a big turnoff. It's a big turnoff. Who am I supposed to listen to? Yeah, like if I tell you
hear yourself talking, I'm like,
I had a dream about something, and you tell me not to listen to it, and I know that I'm right. You'll never come back into my life again. So I try to avoid that conversation because I know it's going to happen. And now I really got to cut you off because my soul is not going to forgive that at all.
Well, I got another question too for you then, sis. So how do you feel loved?
That's when my Venus and Leo comes into play. I like attention. I need attention 24/7. I'm bad. I like to be touched. I like thoughtfulness. Like I remember you said that
being on the thoughtfulness.
Yeah, I remember you said this was going on, so I did that, or I got this, or I was over here and I thought about you. I like shit like that. On a consistent basis. Once you start putting your feet up and you're not doing what you used to do, and I tell you, hey, I noticed a change and we're not rectifying it, or you get defensive, I'm good.
Right.
Because that brings out the Virgo in me that didn't feel comfortable saying something to you in the first place. So like now I really don't feel comfortable. So yeah, I like attention. I like attention, and I like it when I'm included in things. Not just romantically, friendship wise. Like when people call me and be like, "Oh, I had this event and I want you to do this and I was thinking about you," that should do something to my heart. Like I don't even know. I'd be like, "You what? You thinking about me?" Oh,
right.
Okay, I got you. Like right. That makes me feel loved.
Yes. What gives you pleasure? Getting all those things that you named above.
Pinnacles. Experiences. Being included. I just want to be included. I don't give a fuck if we go on a Dollar Tree. Include me.
Right.
I like to be included. I like to be thought of. That gives me pleasure. I like sex.
Yeah.
But I'm very picky.
Yeah.
And if I'm bored, I'll be in my head the whole time. I'm not having a good time.
Yeah. Like, damn.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
What gives me pleasure?
Yeah.
Shit, getting what the hell I want. Shit.
What's
Ask
your
and
love
receive.
language? Your love language is sex and touch, ain't it?
It's definitely with sex. I
Okay.
love sex. I love sex beyond you know, I guess the norm or whatever. But
I
I
do
can go
too.
without it though. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna give me boring sex, I don't want it. And
That's
I've
why
had
I love it.
boring sex
Love bombing
a
is
lot.
so effective on me because I be like, fuck that nigga. And then you pop up out the blue. I be like, I love that nigga.
You gonna make them motherfucking tacos? Yeah, make them tacos. Oh, yeah. Clean the motherfucking house up too. That's how I be feeling like when I get some good or whatever. On top of goddamn bread, you know what I'm saying? But finances be straight, you gift me, you know what I'm saying? Spontaneous shit. That gives me pleasure. I like thoughtfulness, a lot of thoughtfulness. Because I put in a lot of thought into what I gift people or the way I express my love.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I want me. I want me back. I want my reflection. You know what I'm saying? I want this shit retracted right on back to me. Because I'm showing you my love language.
Right.
I want you to speak this same shit with me. Okay?
I think that's what men fail to realize. In the beginning, I'm showing you my love language.
Right.
By the end of the relationship, now I'm reflecting how you've been treating me.
And why the hell did I say when we've been speaking two different languages?
Yeah.
No speaking of Spanish, no nothing. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me close this window real quick. Yeah, that's the thing. And even so, during the relationships or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when it's about to come to its demise or whatever, I do a lot of reflecting.
Yeah.
I do a lot of reflecting on what could have I done yesterday or what could have I done 5 years ago or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or but communication is a big thing with my love language as well.
Mm.
Communication is big. Please explain to me in great details about what it is that you need from me, what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, what's on your mind. Let me into your world because I let you into mine. Something's bothering me. I might not say nothing about it at that moment. Maybe I might bring it up some moments later or whatever, or some days later when it's really, really bothering me. But the worst thing you could do is ignore it or, play the narcissism role or whatever. Like, oh, I'm just in my head. Well, who else's head I'm supposed to be in? I'm only in my head because you give me this experience on that damn outside, and I had to go inside myself and fucking think and get deep inside yourself, buddy, love, and feel that shit.
Yes,
this is buddy love. You gotta go deep inside yourself. For real. You know what I'm saying? Bring that shit the fuck out. Something that you're doing is making me feel this way. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like you said, it comes with the inconsistency, lack of communication, lack of thoughtfulness, and then the brand fucked up too. Oh hell no! That's
I think touching my pinnacles or getting away to my pinnacles is a very good way to get blocked on all.
Oh yes,
because you know what's crazy? When I was with my child's father, everybody knows I was with him for a very long time. I was with him for like 9 years, and I was cool. Like I tried to problem solve the infidelity. Okay, you want to be with multiple people? We could be roommates. We could be friends. We could just co-parent. We could do. I tried to problem solve so much different things.
Right.
And I wasn't triggered enough to leave. And I always had my mom repeating in my head, like, you're not tired of it yet because you ain't leave yet. And I always had that playing in my head, like, when am I tired of it? It's when that man touched my pinnacles. It was I was just starting the business and moving into less nobodies from revisionistic fashion or whatever. And I'm like, I'm making it less nobodies because it's going to be a family business. And, my child's dad, his rapper name is Johnny Nobody. And I'm like, this is going to be a fan. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And that man tried to sabotage at least in my mind and my reality. Now, if you talk to him, his reality is different. my reality, that nigga was trying to sabotage my coins, and that was the deal breaker. Oh no,
You know
brother,
what?
you got
That's
to
what they be trying to do, though. They look. Every man I have had has fucked with my coins, and when they did that shit, it was a dundada.
Yeah,
Okay,
gotta go.
because guess what I'm gonna do with you when you fuck with mine? I'm gonna fuck with yours. Yeah, that's how I go. That's how I go. You trying to stop my way of my means to survival in this fucking world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? I don't own no land or whatever where I can go there and lay on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying rent, paying bills, like, you know what I'm saying? What, 70-something% of fucking Americans or whatever and shit. And hell, living paycheck to paycheck. So when you damn touching that and you fucking that up, and then I got mouths to feed too. On top of that, oh hell no.
Don't do it. Don't touch my coins.
Don't touch my coins.
Somebody play some orange.
Don't touch my coins.
Touch my coins.
Don't touch my coins. And if I touch your damn coin, that's because you fuck with mine.
Hey, peace, goddess. Love you too.
But yeah, that's how I feel love when you don't touch my coins. You give me more coins.
Yes,
securing my coins.
Securing my coins. And that's Virgo energy too. My Venus in Virgo is I love projects. Like in my mind, the man that ends up being my husband or my life partner, we have a business together. We put our coins together. We create together.
And
we build together.
Is part of that is part of the Vicurian energy as well. Venusian energy. I said Vicurian.
Venusian.
The Venusian, Venurian. Look, I'm thinking of Mercury as well because I'm thinking about the communication and shit too. So that's part of the Venusian energy as well. Is your coins and your lover's coins as a collective. That goes a lot into this Venus energy. Okay?
That's also Venus in Scorpio because Scorpio deals with collective finances.
Yep. That's what that is too.
Thank you, beloved.
That's exactly what that is.
But yeah, Scorpio energy is all about collective finances. So like you having someone that assists you with collecting your coins and being in your solar plexus chakra, someone empowering you is a big deal. Now, what's your heart chakra? What would you say is like the biggest challenge or space of resistance you receive in your Oshun?
The biggest resistance I receive? As far as what, sis? I need more of that.
I mean, our heart chakra is, love and and business. So in the space of love and business.
Okay, so I mean, as far as with love, they don't love me how I want to be loved. They love me how I don't know, some damn love they found off of love of hip hop or some shit, but that ain't the love that I damn wanted. It's not the oh, I'm willing to do anything for you type of damn love or whatever and shit. It'd be like, and now somebody fuck with you, I'm gonna kill the motherfuckers type of damn love. But I mean, aside of the chaos and shit, what type of love do you have to offer? That's in all relationships I've had. It's the lack of a real motherfucking love outside of you being chaotic and overprotective type of love. You know what I'm saying? It's not the nurturing, gentle love.
Yeah, that seems to be a repetition response that I get a lot. I'm not easily pleased. I'm very difficult. I tell people that I'm easy, and then when they try to come into my space, they say I'm not. And I feel like I'm very easy and simple.
I feel like I am too. Shit, I'm not high maintenance like that. I mean,
I would definitely split myself in two and date myself very successfully. I would be very successful at dating myself.
Right. I know I would. Shit. I do a very good job of dating myself. I date myself. I be in the middle of a relationship. I date myself so damn well. I take myself out or whatever. I treat myself 3 times a damn week or whatever. Somebody complaining like, damn, you done went out to eat and this, that, and third, and shit. You done went to the bar, you done did this, you done did that. Like, yo, because you ain't doing it. Who else? I'm going to sit around and wait on somebody to do it? No, I'm doing it myself. I know how to make myself best. Listen, I know how to give myself an orgasm the best. I know how to give myself money the best. I know how to please myself the best. I know how to make myself happy the best. I know how to keep myself company the fucking best. If you're not doing none of them right there, what the fuck are we doing?
What are we doing? We're not doing
It's
nothing.
very simple. It's very simple.
I can empathize with that. And you know what? I'm glad you said that. That was your point. Because one thing about Oshun is when she possesses people that follow her, she flirts with them and she dances, but she also cries. And she cries because as she's possessing that person, that follower, the love that person is giving her is never strong enough. It's never enough, or it's never the kind of love that she wants. And I'm like, Jesus, that ain't the story of my motherfucking life. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Lord, you know how many times I've cried after sex?
I didn't cry.
And I might have had a
irritated.
good orgasm or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's girl. But yeah. But
I get irritated because it's not what I had in my imagination at all. But it was cool. It'd be fun. Like, I don't want to take away from nobody. Like, shit be cool. It just don't be what I be seeing in my head. That's all.
never what I'm seeing in my head. They talk about men are damn shit.
I think I'm
delusional creatures. I'm more visual than a man is, baby.
I am.
Like, I don't know how they come up with these things about men are like men only got imagination. You know what I'm saying?
I need a whole ambiance, or I'm overthinking in my head. Now I'm thinking about what I gotta do for less nobodies, what Scooby needs. I can't wait to go make these doctor's appointments. Like, I'm thinking about everything. Like, I'm not here. A million things. I'm bored. I'm not having fun. It's not that I'm not having fun. Let me stop saying that. I'm having fun. This is not what I wanted, though. This is what you wanted. And it's getting to the point now when people brag to me about how skilled they are, I chuckle because I have yet. And I've had great experiences, but I have yet. It's still not up to par. Like, people brag about, oh, I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios, they're not that great. Sorry, y'all gassed yourselves up. Y'all are good.
Scorpio who was ever.
Scorpios are the closest I can get. Scorpios are definitely the closest I can get, but like, nah, I be bored still.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. The shit, them damn Pisces.
Really?
And them Aquarius.
Okay, yeah, I had an Aquarius. He was great. Okay, but I was very young. That was an early college boyfriend.
Them Leos be boring. They be too into their damn self.
Leos are boring. They are.
And I'm a Leo rising though, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't boring.
But I got so many placements in Virgo. We don't even care about that. But yeah, Leos are very much into themselves. They want to be pet and rubbed and all that. They don't really want to give. They want to receive. Exactly. And I noticed that about some Scorpios too. Like, they like, they're pleasure seekers, but it's their definition of pleasure. It's not really about you. They talk a good game though. They'll talk you up, make you think it's about to be all about you, girl. And as soon as you get there, it's not about you. If you're touching you and I'm touching you, who's touching me?
Right.
And that's why they always want to have threesomes, because they're terrible. You just want more people touching you.
You can't do good with the one.
Yeah, I'm bored. Who's touching me? That's why we need threesome, because you don't want touch.
Okay.
All that to say, my Venus in Virgo is very picky, very much an overthinker, and very much unsatisfied. Anyway.
You know what? But my Venus in Scorpio is more enjoyable, or enjoys more when not in a relationship. Because I have the most fun then. I have the better experiences that I didn't get out of a relationship.
I'm not
You know what I'm saying?
good at not being when I'm not in a relationship and I'm trying to date men. First of all, I don't think I'm not saying all men because I think generalizations is a terrible way to communicate. For the sake of using less words, I will say that the men that I attract, I don't believe know how to date. And I say that because it's always like, I like you, you like me, it's me and you now. And if you do anything outside of me and you, my feelings is hurt. And it's like, well,
Right.
it's
Like,
not dating though.
first of
Like,
all,
what
sir,
if you don't like
you
me?
didn't even write me a fucking note with like, will you be my girlfriend? Yes, no, or maybe so.
Yeah, can I get a box to check off? Like,
Nah, we just moved in together and now we here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
now we go together and but like,
yeah, we go together. We were chilling. You then Slick moved in and now you own me?
no, I want to date, and I think because I feel I'm always thinking about a man's emotions, and because men don't know how to date, I always have a fear of hurting their feelings because maybe now I've realized I don't really like you, or maybe you belong in the friend zone, or whatever, or and then I feel like sometimes men realize they don't like me, and instead of saying, "Hey, I would rather be your friend" or whatever, they keep the whatever this fucking thing is going where we're pretending to be in a relationship or whatever, and they start messing with other people, and it's like you don't have to do that. If this isn't working, I'm an adult. We ain't even been talking that long. Go
They
on
just
about
like the
your business.
idea. I think men fall in love with like the
But I
ideal
guess
of,
that's a
oh
reflection
yeah,
of the
you know
Michael.
what I'm saying? Like she'll be a good ass wifey or whatever, girlfriend or whatever and shit like that. And then but they're lazy though, because they want to just have you holding a fucking title to some shit and they don't want to hold up to their title then. Because if I'm the wife, that makes you the husband, and you got to do a whole lot of husband shit because the wife got to do a whole lot of wife and shit. A
I
whole lot of
barely
girlfriend shit, or a whole lot of boyfriend shit. You got to do a whole lot to keep that girlfriend satisfied.
I think acts
But
of
it ends up
service
being
is
one
a
sided.
very like unrecognized and unappreciated love language because
Uh-huh.
I barely get that reciprocated. I don't really get my
Mm-hmm.
acts of service love language reciprocated. And when I do give it, it's always being absorbed as like maybe I overplayed my role. And I
Mm-hmm.
did, but to me, it's not a big thing. Like if you need something, I give it to you. It's not like, oh my God, we're married because I gave you this thing. But I think sometimes that's how they interpret it. Like when I have hindsight conversations with my child's dad, because we're friends now. We could talk about this shit. We were young when we were together. I was 19 when we first met. Some of the things that I did, like when he needed help or he needed something, I'll be like, "Oh, you could drive my car," or "Oh, I'll take you." To me, that wasn't a big deal, nigga. You need a ride
Right.
to go get your daughter. I'm gonna take you go get your daughter. Like
Right.
your daughter needs to go to dance class. She won't go to fucking dance class. Like
Right. I mean, this is what we're doing
feeling it.
here. We're,
To
working
him,
together to
yeah,
complete
but
the
to him,
mission.
I was doing this big thing. I was overplaying my role, and I'm like, see, I don't understand that because I could do that and be your friend and do that, and I can
You
do
know
that and
what?
be
But
your
you
girlfriend
but
and
you're
do
not
that.
overplaying your role. But that's what people supposed to do though when they care about a person and they care about their
Yeah.
offsprings and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So this
Because
is
if you
why
had a man, if it was vice versa, he should have been doing that for you as well.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
But a
when we
man
were
think, but
building
some
our
men
nigga,
think,
I was like, that's why I said when we were building our nigga, I want a dude that has a good relationship with the people in his life because if you've never received love and stuff like that before when I give it to you, you're never gonna know how to receive me. It's always gonna feel like I'm doing too much when what I'm doing is literally the bare minimum, bro. I gave you a
oh,
ride.
I'm doing
Girl,
something
you just
with
give me
for
a
a
ride every
motive.
day on Lyft.
Girl, do you know this man said that he was my trick for 6 years.
Oh, he was paying for
I'm
the.
like, you've been tricking off for 6 years with me?
Did you get your money's worth?
No.
Oh.
Shit. Because if you was a real goddamn trick and shit, you wouldn't have felt bad about it. Because you had the bread to do it. The fuck? It ain't tricking if you got it.
It ain't tricking if you got it. You're. Well, I just like anybody out there that loves acts of service. Zeke, here you go. That loves
But that's
acts of
because I
service.
started searching for others.
I'm
So
here.
eventually start searching for you.
Peace, peace, love. Um, It's a very I love this love language. It's my favorite, and it's my favorite one to receive. I receive it more from my girlfriends than I receive it from men. I don't really receive it too much from men that date. I receive it from my girlfriends. Um
Right.
I get little acts of kindness from men though, like the chivalry and the mannerisms and stuff. I always receive that. I get
From random men though. It
Yeah,
ain't in the relationship.
yeah. It's usually the guy that I'm dating gets comfortable,
Yeah.
because there's something about me that makes men turn into infants.
You, yeah.
So once they get comfortable with me, the love languages that they were giving me in the beginning, they usually go away, and it's usually just it's me now. It's I'm doing all the work, I'm giving, and every now and then I get a pat on my back or a hug, or I might get one of those like I. You know what I really don't like? I don't like when, like you said, like nobody touches me better than I touch me. But you want to sit in my face and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna give you the best tonight because you did this for me," and it ends up being the same that I had last week. Like shit, like
It's the
like
same
oh,
shit.
thanks, like
It's
bro.
the same shit. And
So
you still don't know what titty to suck.
oh, Danielle's not the friend to have on speakerphone, especially
I'm
when your
sorry,
child is in the kitchen. But
you still don't know how to touch me. Like, what's going on?
but you know, I notice when
same
men don't
mediocre
bother to
thing.
ask. I notice when you don't bother to ask. I notice
Uh-huh.
I notice things like that. I notice what questions you bother to ask me about myself. I notice
Right.
what kind of conversations you bother to have with me. Are you trying to get
Mm-hmm.
to know me and stuff like that?
To
I'm a big
me,
Virgo.
I don't care how long you've been in a relationship with a person still you still need to ask a person. You don't know your lover's thoughts at
Yes.
all. It doesn't matter. You might know how they, their patterns are. You know what I'm saying? You see patterns. You don't
Mm.
know what the fuck is in their head. Because how I felt about you today, I might not feel that way about you tomorrow
Nope.
because of what the fuck you did. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
might be thinking about leaving your motherfucking ass.
Right. And then, like, for those
You
of you
better
guys
ask some
who are
questions to goddamn make sure you see where the hell I'm at with it.
exactly, that's what I like to do, though. I like to have those kind of conversations, like maybe once a month. You know, how are we doing? How's things going? You know, what do you like about this relationship so far? What's bothering you? Like, I like to have those kind of conversations because I want to know, like, are you having a good time? And then I want to let you know what's bothering me because,
I mean, how's it gonna get fixed? How are we gonna know? How are we
yeah,
gonna know what's going on?
I want to get comfortable having these conversations without it always arising when we're in spaces of debate. And now you want to bring up what's
Right.
bothering you because I'm bringing up what's bothering me.
You
And
just now bringing up what's bothering you from 3 weeks ago, bruh. Like that shit was
yeah,
dead in my head that same damn day. I done moved past it. I done thought about 50,000 other damn things. I'm thinking that we doing all right today. We made love this morning. You bringing up some shit from 3 weeks ago?
mm-mm. And then when you
It
get
don't
into
even
your
matter
progressive
now.
chart,
Like
I
it's
tell
been bothering
people,
you that long. You've been letting it cook up that long. You just now decided to bring it up.
yeah,
I find that that's a problem. Evidently, your communication skills is just fucked up.
yeah, you got to learn how to
You
communicate at
want to
the
try to
right
find a
time.
reason to be mad so long, and then want to try to build up so long to explode, become
Right.
volatile. Oh shit. Yeah. But I,
Normalize
I, I only
taking
get
breaks.
like that because nobody's willing to listen. You know. That's the only time I get like that. Like at that point, I probably had like a little meltdown or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm due for it because nobody's asking me about how the fuck I'm feeling. I'm asking
Right.
you all the time. Shit. Yeah,
You
that's
know
what
what?
it
You
is.
make a good point. You make a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you want the other person to initiate that type of communication. It can't always be
Right.
you. But I noticed that too. I notice when the communication is not being initiated by you and it's always me. That lets me know that you're really not trying to make this grow and work in a way that is conducive for the both of us. You're just doing what's in your comfort zone. And I don't like doing
Exactly.
men's comfort zones are disgusting. I have two sons. I do not like their
Mm-hmm.
comfort zones. Excuse me. I don't
Mm-mm.
even sit in their rooms. I
Mm-mm.
can't be in there more than 10 minutes. I'm good. So I'm definitely not sitting in no grown ass man's comfort zone. I'm not interested because y'all comfort
Girl,
zone is not comfortable to us. It's net you're if
a
man,
man
if
would lay
you're
on a
dating a
damn
woman
mattress
and you're
without
still
putting a
in your
damn
comfort
sheet on
zone,
the
trust and
damn
believe she's
bed,
not
girl.
comfortable. She's not comfortable. Both of y'all have to be outside of y'all comfort zones. That means if you're inside of her comfort zone, more than likely, man, you're not happy. Both of y'all have to exit y'all comfort zones and come into a new zone together. That's how you do it. And I always notice that because I want a man willing to come out of his comfort zone because I'm willing to come out of mine. So if you're not willing to do that and you want to be over there and you still in your bubble and you on your routine and my presence doesn't change your life drastically because that's what my Venus and Leo wants to happen, then no, you're good. You're good. Stay over there, boo-boo.
Well, let me tell you something. We come out of our comfort zones a lot.
All
women,
the time.
Okay? We come out of our comfort zones a lot. One, Danielle don't like to cook. Okay? She don't like to cook every damn day. When these kids turn to a certain age, the cooking every day ceased. Okay? When they became old enough to learn how to put a pot on the stove or whatever, that ceased. But once I had got a man into my damn life and he expects a meal every day or whatever, I still ain't cooking no goddamn meals every motherfucking day. But I will get it there more damn often and shit now because somebody's picky about what the hell they want to eat.
Exactly. Y'all know I love spicy food. For a long time, I could not cook spicy food because I was dating somebody with sensitive taste buds. I was pissed. But I came out my comfort zone. He didn't come out his comfort zone for me. And then I had another dude that loved it. He wanted breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks. I used to pack his lunch for work, and he used to eat that with his work girlfriend. So if you're not coming out your comfort zone for me, like, leave me alone. I'm so glad. I don't really cook at all now. My son loves to cook. He cooks for me.
Okay.
So like if y'all see me over here cooking full course meals, just know I got my man. Because I don't cook like
look, when the full course meals stop coming or whatever, that means there's a problem in the relationship. Because I stopped doing what made you comfortable.
Right, exactly. Once you see me stop assisting your comfort, there's something wrong. It's time for you to ask me a question.
Right.
You want to let this fester? That's up to you.
No, they'll let it they'll let it keep on going. Mm-hmm. They'll let it keep on going. They will never ask.
They'll adapt their comfort zone around you pushing back. Mm-hmm. And I think that's very weird, but it also shows me what's going on here. You're not as invested. You don't want what I want. Because if you can find comfort in this and you know that this is coming from my pain, like, nah, we good. I don't like that.
Yeah, because when I'm upset about something, I will not touch nothing in the kitchen. Because I like to put love into when I do cook.
Exactly.
When I clean. Well, I'll clean like hell when I'm mad. But, I like to have on music. I be in a good mood or whatever. I won't even make product show if I'm fucked up. I won't make nothing for my business if I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? It's certain energy I gotta bring, and I don't want to put my damn fucked up ass feelings and energy and shit, because of somebody got me fucked up around here. And now it's going to be transferred to you and your body ain't healing like how I want it to heal.
I sure enough can throw down Marcel. Thank you, boo. I definitely had my little raw vegan 3 meals a day online vlog and stuff. I'll be throwing down in the kitchen. Y'all see I ain't posting none lately because I'm single. I've been eating from Wawa.
When was the last time you seen me post some food that I cooked, sis?
I don't even know. We got big kids. We don't gotta cook every day no more. That shit dead.
That's what I'm saying. And that was my point. Like, my kids don't even expect me to be in the kitchen cooking every damn day. Like, when they were younger, I had to do that because they couldn't cook. But now they all got different taste buds. They rather eat they'll rather DoorDash them some shit or whatever nowadays. But when my man wanted some food or whatever, okay, I'm gonna go in the kitchen, I'm gonna cook this, and the kids would feel like eating then, I guess, a little something. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, we still don't want that. That ain't what we wanted.
Sometimes they still wouldn't eat. So it really was never about them. It's about him. Because my especially my youngest, I would cook him, and maybe my oldest would want to eat it too. But sometimes I would cook him a whole meal and then give my kids the nuggets and fries they asked for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I never had to cook all of this to begin with. There was never time.
Even when it might sound like it's fucked up, like we doing everything for a man, but I mean, we are doing a whole lot of shit for the man. But the man should be doing everything like that for a woman too. You know what I'm saying?
And this is not a complaint. This is literally my love language. I'm only complaining when it's not reciprocated. It's the only
Right.
time it turns into a complaint. Outside of that, I love to do it. I love to do it. I be happy and singing and shit.
Child.
It is what it is. But I like that we said that though, because that is the two sides to the heart chakra that Oshun rules over. It's when it's being, underactive versus overactive. Overactive is overplaying your part. That's when we come into the energy of jealousy and greed. When the pinnacles, but underactive is that lack of reciprocity. That's when you start going inward. That's when you start feeling like that way Oshan feels when she possesses her people and they're not giving her the love she feels she deserves. It's very hurtful. Now there's
Right.
two symbols to Oshan. One is
Like,
the
damn, I thought you ain't like me.
right.
You don't like me.
That's the vulture. That's the vulture symbolism of Oshan. The abundant symbol of Oshan is the peacock. So here's the story behind that. So Aludamare, of course, created the 17 gods, one of them being Oshan. And what had happened was they kind of was getting tired of Aludamare. Like they were about to revolt because Aludamare was always telling them what to do, And so, what happened? Oh, Aludamare got whiff of that, so he created a drought. He stopped the waters from coming down to earth. So what Oshan did was she flew all the way up to the heavens to Aludamare to the point where her feathers started coming off, and she transformed into a vulture to ask him for grace. She turned herself into a vulture just to ask him for grace, just to ask him for reciprocation. That is a beautiful story of the heart chakra. Going all the way up to that masculine space.
Risking your feathers melting and shit.
Reciprocate my divine feminine energy. I bring the waters, you drowning me out. So I'm going into vulture mode to get that nourishment back. So what he did was he gave her the waters back. And that's where the reciprocation comes back and flows. So, that's a beautiful mirror of those kind of dialogues that have to happen with the Rusha. Because like I told y'all when we first started this podcast, the Orishas and the Netters are not for you to learn about to personify on the outside of self. These Orishas and deities are personifications of the energy that's going on within and in our energy exchanges. So it's not just as cut and dry as these are Aesop fables and we're talking about stars in the sky. It's not that cut and dry at all. Oshun and Cuba also got in alignment with Mami Wata. You also hear about Yamaya and Yamoja, which is when we start getting into the salt waters. Now we're getting into Cancer energy and we're moving away from, the fresh waters that Oshan is. But in Cuba, she gave off the energy of the androgynous matriarch. So now we're going into the mindset you said before. Nobody does for me more than I do for me or better than I do for me. And that's the energy that she gives off when she's in Cuba. There's multiple names, just like in all the Orishas, you got Eshu, Eshwa, Legwa. You also have that same energy for Oshun. So if you feel in alignment with Oshun, you should look into the different phases of Oshun because there's specific names there that you can, and it's also ways of seeing the different phases that your heart chakra is currently in as well, because your heart chakra technically has 3 layers. You got your lower heart, your mid heart, and your upper heart, which is the different phases of Oshun as well. You have the Queen of Witches, which is when you get into the vulture aspect of Oshun or Oshan. You have Oshan the diviner, which is many lovers and husbands. She had many lovers and husbands. This is where you get into the greed and the overactivity of Oshan. And then you get with Orumila, she was the first. So you get that confidence energy too. And then you get the queen of as far as the peacock image as well. And then the wisdom as well, because her father was Obatala. And Obatala gave her all the wisdom of being a diviner. So altar speaking, we'll talk about altars real quick. Food offerings to give to Oshan. Sweet things. We like candy. We also like fresh water, honey, mead, white wine, oranges, and pumpkins. We love the color gold and copper. Gold and copper are good metals. We love the color yellow, of course. Peacock feathers, mirrors, and charms are good items to have. I have mirrors everywhere. I have as Ruli Frida on my chest. I've always been very intentional with my space and my body altar because I put the Orishas within, which is why I have the kind of body art that I have, because I show how like this shit is inside of me. It's not on the outside of me. Friday. We know Friday is the 5th day of the week. Number 5 is the favorite day of Oshan. So that is the Venusian day. We know the number 13 when we get into the divine feminine of 13, the 13 moon phases. We get more so into Yamaya, but that's still the divine feminine of Oshan. Also, flowing water, seashells, and amber beads are also things to have on your altar. We deal with the power of art and creative resistance here. And we also deal with being in alignment with the Egyptian Isis and the Greek Diana. So that's, the altar and the Orisha energy of all of this. And what to have on your altar, whether you're talking about your body space or your space. Those are all my notes. We about to hit our 99 minutes too.
My last question was, what do you find beautiful?
What do I find beautiful?
Yeah. And you know what? Before you answer that was always a question I asked in dating. Really? You remember I told you that the other night though too? I told you to ask that.
That's a good question though.
Yeah. Or how do you view the earth or whatever? But yeah, what do I find beautiful? What do you find beautiful?
For me, it's smiles. Smiles are a big thing for me. What your smile does to your face, your aura, everything. What makes you smile? If you always smiling because you're being, mean or making mean jokes all the time or whatever, like, nah, I'm good off that. Even if they're harmless, like, it's an energy attached to that that's kind of very weird and itchy. So yeah. I think beauty is in the smile. And I can always see people's inner child in their smile.
Yeah. Well, what I find beautiful is when people are genuine, and when they have when they're open with me. When they confide in me. Everything's about me.
Listen. If it ain't, who's gonna be about?
It's all about me.
Who is it going to be about? If it's not about me, that's wild.
Right. But I do find it, amazing when a person is vulnerable to me. Yeah, it could be friends, family, whatever. And not necessarily vulnerable in a negative way or whatever, but that you let me in.
Oh yes, I love to be let in.
Yeah. I find that beautiful.
We are a big part of keeping the world beautiful.
Because when you're vulnerable to me, that can help. I can help you in a whole lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? You let me in, I'm the best thing to have.
Have fun.
Thank you. Why is it open? Somebody's there?
Yeah, somebody on the porch. Yeah, I try to find the beauty in all things. I don't really like the ugly. I walk around life with the rose-colored glasses on. That connection between the solar, the root and sacral, the salmon-colored glasses, and I try to see the beauty in all things until you change my mind.
Yeah,
there's 2 default mindsets I have until you change it. The first one is you're beautiful, you're a good person.
You're a good person.
You don't fuck with.
What you showed me, you fucked up now.
Those are the 2 default mindsets. You don't fuck with me, and you're beautiful. Now, if you show me consistently that you fuck with me, I'm forever grateful.
I fuck with you.
I fuck with you And then the moment you show me you ugly, you're not pretty no more. Because like it takes a lot for you to switch that. So once you switch that, you're good. But if you don't ever switch it, you don't ever switch it. It's okay.
Yeah, niggas looking real ugly right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I will say when I'm in love with someone, I'm not attracted to anyone else. And that's why like the whole poly thing doesn't work for me because I don't find anyone else attractive. I just want you and I want that energy reciprocated. I'm not trying to control you. So if that's not what you like and what you want, please let me know before you start being the one. Because I obsess. But let me know ahead of time.
It's always someone who wants to control me. Somebody wants to stop me from being the authentic me.
Yeah. Venus rules the second house. The second house is the house of possessions. So when we're dealing with the second house, we're dealing with the stuff that you like to take ownership of. You know, you want to take ownership of love and business and finances and wealth.
I'm the leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't like. Why would you be mad at? And then I'm good at it.
Right. It's not even like I'm bad at it. Like I'm
right. I can
I'm not a bad person
at it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I see
like, hey, D, you need to stop.
Exactly. Like as a healer, I attract a lot of men. A lot of men come to me for healing, and I'm listening to a lot of their stories and a lot of things they've been through. And when I think about the kind of women that men are accustomed to dealing with, I am not like that at all. I'm so not like that. I'm not like that. So like when you're in my space, like why you treat me like you treating the rest of these? Because I know from listening to
they didn't treat them like that.
Nothing like that.
I didn't treat them like that.
Yeah, like I'm a second chance. That's okay with me. I don't even look like that you're used to. So like, please come to me different. Don't come to me like the rest of that nonsense. I'm not here for it. I don't care about your, especially in the dating realm. Now I always tell men too, you got to pick a team. You either want me to heal you or you want to date and see if it works. You can't have both. Because if you want me to be around the broken you and I'm helping you heal and shit, that turns me off and I'm no longer romantic.
That's not even fair to you though, sis.
It's not
and
fair.
You know what? But we find ourselves in the relationships like that because guess what? We choose the project. Like, okay,
yeah. But that's my fault too.
We can make him the ideal man that I need him to be.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. That's my fault too, because instead of me walking away, I care about your feelings, but not as someone that I'm romantically attracted to. I care about your feelings as a little baby. Like, oh, little baby, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Right.
He just told me about all the girls that broke his heart. I'm going to go do it too, little baby. So don't think because we're still rocking that, like, you're my man, because you're not. You're a little baby. Like, I don't respect you as the my man thing. So that whole wall that you want to come down where I submit and I come into this divine feminine energy and I say, hey baby, help me fix this and da 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 da. I don't do none of that shit with you because
I'm rejecting that shit every time.
Yeah, because you can't handle it to me. You need healing. You're not my partner. You're my project.
You're a project and then you're a problem.
I'm very much addicted to project, Sean.
Project and a problem. I'm addicted to projects and shit too, but I'm not going to be no more.
Yeah, I got to fix that.
I'm going to be somebody else's project. You know what? And in fact, before we end this episode tonight, I want to say we're going to manifest the type of love that we want. And the type of love that we want to receive, okay? And the type of my men that we want, okay? I want a man who's already healed, a man who's already got it together mentally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying, emotionally.
Please be emotionally available.
Yeah, I don't want a project. I want a man who's prepared. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about your hurt. I don't want to hear about your ex. I don't want to hear about your baby mom.
I don't want to hear about your trust issues. Your trust issues, we can't be together. We can't do it.
My baby dad gets on my nerves too. We could talk about it, but I'm not still hurt over his shit. I'm healed. Right. He just gets on my nerves and now we don't even argue about big shit. We argue about little shit like
oh, that was all my
we don't even argue. I was about to make some shit up, but we don't even argue. So like what the fuck are we like no.
I want a man who starts me out like this on a clean slate. Because that's how I start my men off. On a clean slate. So you start
putting me like the rest of the women that you're accustomed to. And if we're going to be exclusive, I need you to delete all the women out your phone. That's what I want. That's my biggest challenge in this life. Whenever I meet a man that I want and I'm ready to, like, come on, let's be exclusive, he never wants to delete the other women on his phone. He always wants to sit and justify
he wants you
that
as a placeholder.
shit. Yeah.
He wants you as a placeholder.
He wants them as placeholders as well. And I don't like that because I'm a woman first. Don't keep them as placeholders because I know the kind of conversations you have to have with these women to keep them as placeholders, because those are the kind of conversations you have to have with me to keep me as a placeholder. So I'm not going to play that game with you. They're not your friends, because if they were your friends, you wouldn't be sleeping with them. And now you got to be weird. So no. I'm not. I need a man that's willing to delete women out his phone for me, willing to end certain relationships that don't serve our relationship for me, because I do it automatically. You don't even have to ask. That's what I do. So I need that reciprocated immediately, like that. Like, I shouldn't have to beg. Nobody should be popping up. I don't want any random moments where you grab your phone all weird and look at me. So I don't want none of that shit, bro. I'm so tired of that. That shit dead.
Right. Now, as for me, though, you know, my male friends are business partners. So, I mean,
I don't sleep with my business partners. That's the thing.
They only call and talk during appropriate hours. I don't want no overzealous man, no controlling man. I got to do all that with because my male friends, they actually make moves in their business partners. Mm-hmm. Your little female friends or whatever that you got, or whatever, them little flings that you had or whatever.
Right. They only text you late at night. What you doing?
Oh, when you're happy in your relationship for the day, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
any girl that refers to me as your little friend or your little girlfriend, she needs to be deleted.
She got to go.
Because I know what that means. I'm a woman first. Don't do that. Don't sit up in my face and act like you don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm a woman.
Right.
I know what I'm talking about, and that's all that matters. And if you really cared about me, you don't need to know what I'm talking about to know that I know what I'm talking about, and that's what the fuck is going on. And
oh my God, I hate that question. What you talking about?
Yeah, it's the same energy with you. Like, if you talk, because I know you're a man and you know men better than I know men. So you say, oh, I know that man, I don't like that because I'm a man and this is some manhood shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to respect that. If I really want you in my life and I'm really taking you seriously, I'm going to respect that. I'm not going to argue you down. You my man. Like, it's me and you against the world. Not me against you because I'm doing some shit you don't like.
All my guy friends, even the business, you know, I cut them all off. But don't get mad when other people try to find other ways to reach out. Now, you can't be mad at me about that. I mean, because look what type of woman that you have. You have a fucking you have the
I really can't go outside.
So you think them niggas run easily let that fucking go? You know what I'm saying? Even if they had the slightest interest of me, you know what I'm saying? You think they really want to like let that get away? Like, nah. They gonna try to go through goddamn hoops and hurdles and shit to try to see if I'm for real about being in my relationship.
For real. Yeah. But if I'm for real, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
You ain't got nothing to worry about, right?
You ain't got nothing to worry
I told you.
And I'm not telling you to do nothing that I'm not doing.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. I want somebody that's willing to cut off all his friends. I want somebody who has a good relationship with his parents. I want somebody who had their dad in their life. Because if you ain't got no good male role model, and I want to see where your dad's mind is at. Because I know men that got men in their life, but the men they got in their life, they're good as far as they know how to take care of home, but they don't know how to treat women. And so I'm good off that. I want to see who your role models are.
Yeah. I think I know this is probably a lot to ask, but I want my man to have both of his parents. You know what I'm saying? Nobody deceased. They have both of his parents. You know, every man I've had, they had a deceased parent. Mm-hmm. And that's part of a trauma, that's part of a problem or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's part of part of a project, you know what I'm saying, to help fill that void that you have or whatever, some type of way, help heal you from that, some shit or whatever. It never works. It never works.
Hell no. I always meet somebody with mommy and daddy issues.
Yeah, mommy and daddy issues or whatever. You know,
and it's never enough to feel how you feel. To me, it's never because I've been through hella shit. Like y'all know my story. I've been through child abuse, sexual abuse, all that. So like your story is never. I don't like to compare stories because I don't want to, invalidate your trauma. But it's always some like. That's why you're mad at your mom. You don't realize that your mom had you when she was 18. Do you ever think about your mom's mindset in Philadelphia or in New Jersey or wherever the fuck you were born during that space and time? Like, you don't ever think about that. You're an 80s baby. Do you ever think about what was going on in the 80s? Like,
Right.
I try to have those conversations.
Everybody was doing it, right?
Yeah, like, adults can be so self-centered with where they're at in their space and time and their experiences that they forget that their parents had a journey and experiences too. And I feel like that's very fucking selfish. And so,
and if their parents are still fucked up, you don't carry them same fuck ups from what your parents did into your relationship.
I need somebody
because you already know it was fucked up what your dad did to your mother. You already knew it was fucked up what your mother did to your daddy. You already knew that was fucked up when you was seeing that shit. Hell, I knew some things that was fucked up, you know what I'm saying, in my parents' relationship or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't want to do in my relationship. But hell, some of this fucked up shit happened.
Yeah.
But that didn't make me that didn't cause me from seeing my parents' relationship. That didn't cause me to act a certain way towards you from them.
Right.
My trauma came from my relationships when I got grown. But I did not treat you like the last motherfucker. I didn't treat you like the last motherfucker until you started acting like the last motherfucker.
Yes, I never do that. And I don't understand. I don't fully understand why women do that. It doesn't make sense to me. But I never do that. The only time I started treating you like the last nigga is exactly what you said. When you start acting like the last nigga, when you start doing the shit that the last nigga did, then now you're getting a treatment. But in the beginning, no, everybody gets a clean slate. You're a new toy. I just took you out the box.
Right.
Why would I treat you like that?
Right. I like to have my new toy. You know what I'm saying? My new toy gonna be nice and clean. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna sit it back where it belongs.
Some vacations and shit. Like,
okay, I'm gonna freak with it every night.
That, in fact, that nigga is watching us on Instagram right now, mad as shit.
Nah, he ain't mad, is he?
He mad as shit because I'm not treating y'all the same. So, like, you never.
Right.
And I think that, and this is not the bash men, this is just the men I attract. They come to me, they talk about their mommy woes, and another red flag is calling women females. I don't like that shit. That just goes to show that you don't respect women. Because a dog is a female. And, when we come into those kind of conversations, I know you ain't about to treat me no different. And I'm magical. So, like, I don't deserve nothing that you used to doing with these ghetto dust nuggets that be blasting all these female rappers and shaking their ass. Don't come to me with that energy because I'm not that.
But if that's all they like, that's all they listen to, that's all they input in their head, you know what I'm saying? That's all they programming themselves to be like.
That's why I want someone healed.
Yeah.
I want someone healed. I want
like you listen to music all the time where these niggas are dogging women all the time or whatever. How do you even know how to? When the hell are you putting on some damn Teddy Pendergrass or Luther Vandross or some Nita Baker? When the fuck do you find time for that? Because we want to hear some of that sometimes.
Put on some jazz. Don't even put on no lyrics.
How can you be romantic off a big bug?
Yeah, like, I'm good. I want someone who is healed emotionally, mentally, and spiritually healed and available. Right. Someone that's not going to generalize me with the rest of the people that they have come across because my name is Unica for a reason. Don't play with me. And that's what I want. I want him to have a good diet. Like, I don't want to hear about your pork bacon and shit. That shit is unattractive to me. Especially because we have sex. And you want to talk about the pork you ate today? I'm good.
You ain't nothing in me.
What? Stop playing with me. Get out my face. I don't like heavy drinking. I noticed that a lot of
people heavy smoking.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Heavy smoke, especially the weed all the time, to where, like, if you go a whole hour without a blunt, now you being weird and you're acting like a crackhead that's detox.
Walking around grunting and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I thought weed made you a better person. Not saying necessarily it makes it, like, it was a tool to help you become a better person, you know what I'm saying? For at least for the moment or whatever. But I mean, but if you can't be a better person without it, I don't.
Yeah, that's weird. That means you're a slave to it. I don't want to be with nobody that's a slave to anything.
Right.
You can't be a slave
because you're gonna like your weed more than you like me, baby.
Yep. You gonna steal my money.
Like, damn, I want to be that blunt. I want you to roll up and goddamn wrap your lips around me and smoke my hole.
Think about me all day like that. The fuck?
Right. I can't wait to get home to Danielle.
I'm about to fold
you. Wait to get home. You can't wait to get home and smoke that damn blunt. Since we having a little vent session.
Now that I've manifested my husband, I want to manifest my business. So then, yeah, we finna have this store.
Yeah, we about to have this store.
I manifest open mic nights and class and DIY classes.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, because I'm gonna show people how to make soaps too.
Yep. I'm gonna have the resin and the wire wrapping class. I'm gonna have the forex class. I'm gonna have the astrology, build your own tarot class.
Yep. We're gonna have all that, and then we're gonna get another building.
Yep.
We're gonna have our own building, then own building.
Yes, we're gonna own our building.
That business credit gonna be so good.
Why? You hear me?
Okay. Pull up to the demon. Oh God.
The demon's
Pull
lounge.
up in a demon.
Oh, I like that. The demon's lounge.
Pull up in a demon on God.
Hey. So I manifest that. I manifest our RVs so we can start going on tour, especially with Virgo Virgin Talk how we want to. I manifest episodes in different cities in front of live studio audiences with like big name guests. Like 369 Magic, Newless Energy, Zenergy, Dr. Umar,
19 Keys.
19 Keys, Zaddy.
You know, he give me Marlon Wayans vibes too.
He do. He's such a Taurus. Oh my God, he's such a Taurus. That's why he talk about crypto all day. Oh, Taurus ass. He's so handsome.
I think Marlon Wayans was real handsome.
I do. I always thought that man was bad. Even in the Wayans brothers,
they look the same.
Goofy. That man, he's the best looking brother to me. I wasn't,
but he's so smart too. Though.
But Marlon was always my favorite because he's funny.
Yeah, Marlon was my favorite. He was funny too.
Was always my favorite. He was bad as shit. He's still bad. That's what I want for the Pinnacles. I want us to travel. I want to travel with the planetary forecast in different places. I want us to travel with Virgo Virgin Talk. I want, the goddesses that we are in alignment with to come together and start hosting retreats as a unit, to start hosting shows as a unit. I want us to start showing like solidified unity, because the tail can only be as good as the head. And if we're not showing unity in the head, it won't show in the tail.
Damn sure won't. You know what I want to have? I want to have like classes like and teach couples how to love one another. So we're going to have like counseling classes as well, or classes to show. I don't know. I want to like get to know each other's love language or some shit, because a lot of relationships are missing that shit. You know,
you could be a Venus placement expert. It's certain people that don't look that don't do full birth chart readings. It's certain people that just are expert because there's so many different charts you can read. You can read the tropical, the Vedic, the draconic, the progressive, the synastry chart, the harmonic chart. You could do all that and just specialize straight in Venus.
I think I want to do that. I want to specialize straight in Venus.
Mm-hmm. You could definitely do that. That's cool. I would definitely highly suggest couples getting into your synastry charts, because there's patterns in your synastry charts. There are certain periods of time where y'all might not get along, especially when you get into the progressive chart of your synastry chart.
So you know what? I notice every year around certain times, especially Facebook memories, that same day,
same time every year, right?
Day, a year later,
same shit.
A memory, you know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Mm-hmm. And I've been into the relationship long enough to notice that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Facebook memories will tell me every year. On that same day or in that season, within that season is either a day off or whatever. It's in that same month or whatever. I call it seasonal bipolarism then.
I call it my seasonal trauma. So every summer I get really sad, especially on my son's birthday, because my oldest son and my child's father have the same birthday. So around my child's father's birthday, that's when he would always leave for days at a time. He would always leave me in the house. It was always back and forth arguments. This is when he would always, he always had a girl. Every summer was a new girl in his face, and it was always so. The summertime, especially around my birthday too, I just get really, really sad. When I look at old diary entries, I'm like, bro, this nigga used to dog me every summer, and then around my birthday, always forget my birthday. My birthday is on the same day every year. how you forget my birthday? And you know what day my birthday, or some days he wouldn't forget my birthday. You know what it would be? It'd be like, I don't get paid this week. Okay, but you knew September 19th
But you knew
was
my
on this
birthday was
months
coming.
ago. You could have
For
planned that
8
shit.
months ago, right?
Yeah, like, you don't do me like that. So yeah, around this time of year, I get very down and in my head. All men are ugly to me. So this year, because I'm aware, this is the power of energy awareness. Because with those triggers, you could do trigger intelligence. You can
Those
unravel those
triggers.
things. So what I did was, first of all, I deleted Facebook because no more Facebook memories. We're not going to keep reliving this shit every fucking summer.
Right. Right.
So no
And
more
that's what I do
Facebook
when I see the
memories.
memory pop up too. I delete that shit because I'm like, well,
Yeah,
whatever.
delete the original. That way it's not there every year.
Uh-huh.
So I deleted my Facebook. I have an all new Facebook. It's only a year old. I also I do different things. Like this summer, I kicked off the summer, instead of allowing myself to get wallowed in the sadness, I kicked off the summer with a bunch of business projects. I'm focused on my
Right.
schedule. I'm really trying to unravel, those traumatic patterns that I have. And I will say so far so good. The most I feel it is first thing in the morning and the last thing at night, and that's because that's when I'm the most idle. But then after that, I'm straight for the remainder of the day.
Yeah. I used to when I was like dating, you know what I'm saying, courting or whatever. I used to never date around my birthday.
Mm,
When September coming up, like, you can forget about me. Like, because ain't nobody gonna get me shit.
yeah,
Nobody's gonna recognize me.
yeah.
Nobody's gonna do nothing special for me. And it has happened in relationships. Like, I've never really had anything like something out the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you went above and beyond.
I get
Like
gaslit a
I did.
lot. I get I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to take you here and do this for you and your birthday, and then my birthday comes,
Mm-hmm.
and it be
And
like,
then you didn't do it.
you just
You ain't got no
staring at me.
money. Right.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah.
And this is the part
Yeah.
where I'm supposed to be grateful, because at least you're looking at me in my face.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I'm supposed to be grateful because at least I'm still well. At least I still got a man.
right. And if I'm not grateful, I'm a terrible
Looking
person.
like a dumbass.
For real, looking
At
like,
least I still got a man, but he ain't get me shit for my birthday.
right. I'm tired of being
He
made to feel bad for having expectations or
and
requirements. That's
celebrating
weird.
anniversaries or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shit,
Don't get me started on
your
anniversaries,
3-month mark,
girl.
6-month mark, 12-year mark, whatever, a 12-month mark.
These niggas don't care. They don't care.
I remember I had a nigga gaslight me one time about that shit. He was like,
I stay
"Yeah, I want to do
gaslit.
this. I want to do like, girl, I got so much gas, I can drive to China. Okay,
See, I got hella
yeah, I'm
gas.
driving to China. Whenever they build a fucking bridge long enough for China, don't tell me that they can't do it. I'm going to China."
I be getting gassed, y'all. But it's cool, y'all. It is what it is. I ain't tripping. My man gonna come. My husband is coming. I ain't mad.
Child. You
These
know what?
men.
You know what? We gotta look at ourselves, and we gotta tell ourselves. We gotta be like, no, we're not gonna make this nigga a project, because we're gonna have the man who's already prepared and ready. He's not gonna be a project. He's already ready. You know what I'm saying? He's already made. He's already fit. Ain't no more goddamn. He ain't got no whip. He ain't got no job. He ain't got no place to
He
damn
ain't
stay.
got
That's
no
like.
job. Mm-mm.
I
Let's
mean,
just be honest.
look, let me tell you something. My dad already be like, I'll be like, Daddy, all right, this is the situation with this guy or whatever. What you think? Danielle, I'm gonna tell you that's a hard no.
I want to have conversations like that with my dad. I've never had conversations like with my dad.
Me
The
and my dad have these conversations with his like, I'm full
jealous a little
adult.
bit.
I'm a grown ass woman. You know what I'm saying?
I be
Now,
trying to have
like,
those
I know
conversations with my mom. That's not the person to go to. I'm talking to my dad about this. I'm about
Oh
to
God.
initiate one of these conversations like, hey dad, let me ask you something. Because lately I've been attracting Scorpios, and my dad is a Scorpio. I need the tea. What the fuck is going on? I need the tea on men, period. Like, what are y'all doing?
Okay, so here's a funny story. So I remember one time a guy was like, I was talking to him. I was like, hey, how you doing? He was like, I'm good. Well, kind of feeling messed up. I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, well, first of all, I'm broke. I'm like, excuse you? Sir, you said the B word to me? Broke. This is how you want to start off the conversation? Nah, but you don't want to know the details of why I'm not feeling good. Nah, nigga. I didn't want to know that you were broke. What the hell I need to know about you being broke for? That means you can't help me out. I got to dip. I got to go. That's the hard no.
It's all about context.
That's a hard no. And I'm not dating you just for your coins or whatever, but I'm gonna need you to have your shit together, because if I don't have my shit together, how you gonna be a man to help me?
Yeah, we both cause I want us to have our shit together. Like, don't bring me down. Please don't. I like your question. Would y'all date men who are not conscious? Why or why not? No, that's a hard one for me.
Well, that's a hard question. That's a hard question because I know plenty of conscious men who are fucked up.
Oh yeah, consciousness is not the only. Don't get it twisted, because a lot of these conscious men learned the game so that they could be even more manipulative.
Right.
So don't get it twisted. A lot of these men out here, they are definitely using the spiritual jargon and shit to speak spells on some of these young girls out here that don't know no better.
Let me tell you what they're conscious of. They're conscious of everything outside of them. Okay.
Yeah.
They're conscious of everything that's outside of them. They're not aware of themselves and how they're inflicting their bullshit on the women that they're dating.
Because they feel entitled to do that.
They're self-proclaimed.
I'm the prize. I hate that.
They're self-proclaimed as kings. Like, they gave themselves these titles. Like, excuse you, you don't become a king without a queen, baby.
You don't. Actually, queens are the ones that beg the king.
Like, y'all are tripping. Like, y'all the only ones going around here calling yourself king. And
if a woman is not calling you a king, you are not a king. That's always how it went.
You fuck like how many bitches?
That doesn't make you a king. That makes you
that makes you promiscuous. That makes you promiscuous, sir.
Promiscuous.
That makes you a hoe.
Yeah. I would not date someone who is not conscious, because that's a little bit more work than what I'm willing to do. But
I would date someone who is spiritual. I would date someone who is open-minded and who is spiritual. Okay? A bedwetter. That don't sound too bad.
Yeah.
A bedwetter. Oh, like he pee the bed or he wet the bed?
He be getting women to wet the bed.
That's what I like.
That's what I like, but not when you're doing it for the community. That's weird.
Oh no, not in the community. Nah. Only me.
I don't really. I've never dated someone that was on my level of like energy awareness. Like, most of the men I meet are like, ooh, what's a natal chart? So I'm never meeting someone on my level in that realm, and that doesn't bother me. I don't have a problem with that.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can grow and
we have stuff.
You would be interested in learning these things. You know, if he's interested in that. You know what I'm saying?
I like to learn too. Like, if I'm with you and there's nothing you can teach me, I don't really want to be here.
Yeah, and that's one thing I require. I require for a man to be able to teach me some things.
Yeah,
you know
teach
what I'm
me
saying?
something.
Like, that's why I always dated older guys. You know, because I like the wisdom they possess or whatever. Everybody be like, you date older men, you got daddy issues. No, nigga, I don't have daddy issues. I got my daddy, and I don't have no issues with him. Except when sometimes he get on my nerves or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, whatever. But I don't date older men because I have daddy issues. I date older men because that's what I'm attracted to. That's what I like. I like the knowledge. I like the wisdom. I like they know how to maneuver already. Now, I've had some fucked up ones though. Okay, but I have some real good ones, and God rest their soul. You know, one of them dead and gone or whatever. But
my man tried to come through with the Confucius. Consciousness equals spirit equals breath. Aware of the breath you breathe and open-minded to the worlds we live in. Yeah, see, nah, we talking about Venus right now. It's like, nah, you know I love you, bro. You right. But in this realms of communication, when speaking about like dating, I ain't falling for that shit. That's the manipulation shit I be talking about right here. Cause don't let this Gemini talk in circles around you. Don't I say that shit? It's like, nah. I'm just playing. Y'all know I love y'all.
they breathing in chaos.
Yeah, don't breathe no chaos around me. I ain't that open-minded. Keep that shit to yourself.
Right. Adversity is something I don't want to hear that.
He said carry on with the good stuff.
It's the
I
most
can't
beautiful
with
flower.
you.
I don't want to hear none of that Jackie Chan shit right now.
What? Accept me. Be open-minded. Nah, fuck that, bro. You doing too much.
Wax on, wax off. Yeah, get your ass that way. Okay. That bull. I don't want to hear that. No.
Yeah. So if y'all want y'all Venus reg, please reach out to the goddess. I will read y'all tropical, Vedic, draconic, progressive, synastry, Venusian placements for y'all to assist y'all. We are coming to the end of this podcast episode. This was the first episode, and I'm very happy to be here. You like talking about? I like to talk about my coochie. I don't really like to talk about other people's. Like if I'm talking to other women, and we want to all put into the pot stories. That's cool.
Well, we talking about coochie.
That's what he wants. He want to talk about.
Who wants to talk about coochie? Who wants to talk about coochie? That Pook L?
Perk. The perk.
Perk L. You want to talk about coochie? What you want to know about the yoni?
Right. So when you go inside, right, don't just be jackrabbiting in the inside. You gotta move it around. You gotta touch the walls. You gotta go slow. I don't like all that. You know, somebody really tried to brag to me like, oh yeah, I like to go fast. Ew, nigga, what are we, 12? Stop playing with me. Anyway.
A nigga used to look at me in my eyes and shit. Now motherfuckers got shy.
Yeah, people be sleeping with each other like they 13-year-olds, and I don't like that. I want somebody to sleep with me like a grown man.
Yeah, who wants to go in like a jackrabbit, like you said? You know, I could use them fingers for that.
Learn my coochie. Learn the walls that make certain moans. Learn the walls that make me silent.
Three.
I don't feel nothing over there.
These three right here. These three fingers. Very special.
It's all about 2 pumps ball deep in a nice round. I hate you. Get out of here.
I'm playing with you. But seriously though, like we said earlier, we can love ourselves. We can please ourselves the best now. We will want for a man to be competitive when it comes to pleasing us. Like, oh, she thinks she can figure herself better. Man, shit, look, man, I got
it. Yeah, that's what I want. Y'all be thinking y'all in competition with other dudes. Y'all is not in competition with other dudes.
Y'all in competition with us.
That's why you're not together. You in competition with me, baby. I know this too. Right. You want to learn it as well as I've learned it? Let's find out. Let's find out.
Look, it took me years to master that, okay?
Yes. So let's see how quick it takes you. Do you care? Are you whispering in my ear? Do you like it here? Do you like it there? Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do?
Oh yeah. We gotta manifest our man as a talker. He gotta be a talker.
Oh yeah, I love talkers. Help me get out my head because I'm very much in my head. I like talkers. I like moaners. I like when you want to touch. I like when we pause and you pull it out and you start doing other shit and then you put it back in. I like all of it. Let's make.
I believe that if he's a talker and stuff too, it wouldn't make me feel. I wouldn't feel some type of way afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like because not only your actions prove this, but your words. I'm remembering those words you said in my head every time I thought about it.
Girl, let me tell you how I remember words that men whispered in my ear in college, girl. And I be holding on to them shits. Like I remember that one time the dude, I asked him, I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I'm digging for gold." I was like, "Bruh." And then as he was in stroking, he was narrating what he was doing. He was like, "I'm on this one and I'm doing this," and I'm like, "Jesus Christ! Oh my God!"
That's my love language. Speak to me.
Speak, baby.
Speak to me.
You be growling.
Yeah, women don't like men who will just quiet during sex. Like it's a dominant thing. It's like a dominant thing when a man's trying to be quiet out of having sex. Like this shit ain't feeling good to you.
Don't do that.
Like you focusing so much on not moaning, not doing it. Like what the hell? That's like walking without swinging your arms. That's crazy to me.
You better swing that arm.
You better moan, nigga.
Yeah, you better say something. You better say, "Oh, right there." Something.
Right. Tell me that, like, ooh, I like that shit. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Don't
Make
stop.
it baritone. Make your voice deeper than usual. Like, ooh,
Okay.
yeah, baby.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
oh shit. Oh.
Right.
Like when Michael Jackson goes to his regular voice, like, oh, I didn't even know we
Right.
That's
Janet Jackson too. She did it too the other day. I've seen her.
She did. I knew her voice wasn't. I'm waiting for
Her voice is deep too. Her voice is like mine.
They save their voice because they're very intellectual singers. So they talk like that all day so they don't use their vocal cords.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's what I'm trying to get you to do when we in the bedroom. But that's what we got for y'all. That's the Venusian talk. The next episode we're doing is the symbols and their spells. I'm very excited about that one. That was a really good
episode.
Yeah, we did that in season 2 with knowledge.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested in being a guest on our show for next Sunday, we are here.
I think that was one of my favorite episodes because of all the visuals we had.
Yeah, girl, listen. I got on shorts right now, and it got the Dutch symbol on the buttons. I didn't realize that when I got the shorts.
What?
But I realized it today when I was sitting down. I was like, I know.
Let me see.
I know that ain't the floor joint on my damn shorts. Excuse my fupa.
Hold up.
You see it?
Here you trying to run away from that shit, and that shit's steady coming to you.
It keep coming to me. It's like, I heard you was trying to get rid of me. I got something for that ass. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But I will see y'all next Sunday for that. And when the new moon comes, I get ready. The planetary forecast is coming back, and so are the astrological updates. Gemini energy, it wasn't beating my ass, but like I was getting wrapped up in it. So yeah, just be patient with me.
I definitely got caught up in it.
Yeah.
And now we're going into the Leo shit?
Yeah, we in Leo now. We about to go in Cancer with the sun. So Cancer is is a little bit slower than Gemini. I had some other things I wanted to get in order, and this accident has definitely showed me slow down, bite one bite at a time. So that's the mantra. And that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to focus on what we're doing, Cosmic Nobody's Convention, and getting these readings done. So, the planetary forecast had to take a back seat for a second, but we back. Come the new moon, be on the lookout for the planetary forecast and the astrological updates returning. Please reach out if you would like an astrological reading. Y'all know I do all the charts and the numbers. Let Danielle know if y'all need y'all booty washed, because my sister makes soaps and candles. She'll give you a nice little sensual package. You want a little basket popping. And she makes super hards. Tell them about the super hards, sis.
Oh, well, our super hard is our top of the line male enhancement. It is made from natural herbs. It is very effective and is 1/3 of the cost of Viagra? Probably a lot less than Viagra and a lot safer than Viagra. It's made with ashwagandha, maca root, horny goatweed, ginseng, and citrine. Yes, it helps with your reproductive organs, not only to stimulate you sexually, but to keep you focused, to give you energy, so you can use it every day as a supplement, not only just to do the do. And that's all I got for you. Well, you can hit me up at bodyandyoni.com, BODYYONI.com.
Hey, I love it.
I like how you brought me in.
So that's what we got for y'all today. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for communicating with us in the chat. Y'all really was going in today. I love it here. And I will see y'all next Sunday for the second episode, Symbols and Their Spells. Gang.
Right. Thank y'all.
Strategies for knowledge in the book. Change our language so we couldn't read it if we look. Convince us we ain't have shit here but disease. Made us 3/5 human and black and legally. You put your fists up to being African American. How much history you went through for that to make some sense? I've been on Turtle Island 10,000 years. Akubulan been my neighbor. Pangea brought me here. The world didn't start in 1400s. Niggas grow up. What you think we was doing? Morse was running Europe. We been tribal folk, now it's time to show up. Bring back the villages, cause cities ain't got no love. Your melanin addicted to the infliction of pollution. Chemical dependency, nature the solution. Grow your food and medicine, build homes in conclusion. The enemy will tell a lie, infiltration as inclusion.